Hey up. Right, there's been a bit of a cock-up on the parts ordering front this week. It's difficult with both the Continental GT and the Interceptor 650 because there is still a shortage of quality custom parts on the market. I've had to hold off with the Interceptor because there was an issue over the rear fender and the light unit, etc., which is exactly the same on the Continental GT. I want to get rid of both the indicators and the rear light and replace them with something a little bit tastier. And it requires several sort of parts or solutions to become available before you can sort jobs like that out. I like to have all my ducks in a row before I start a project like that. And I think a solution is in sight, but for now, especially with the Continental GT, I wanted to get started with some OEM Royal Enfield parts. Now, MotoGP are always very good with delivery times. I ordered some parts not just for the GT, but also for the Bullet first thing on Monday, expecting to get them at latest on the Wednesday, so I could get the filming done on at the very latest Wednesday evening, ready for editing and uploading today on Thursday, but they didn't arrive. Luckily, they did arrive very, very early this morning, so today has been a bit of a rush getting the filming done and then getting this video put together all in the same day, but I've got there in the end. So today we're going to take a look at the Royal Enfield OEM bar end mirrors and the bar end finishing kit from Royal Enfield, and once again this video is courtesy of my lovely patrons and PayPal donators, people who chip in a little bit of cash each month to go towards the running of this channel so that I can buy parts like this to make this kind of video that all my viewers benefit from. And I must proclaim that these guys are heroes because a lot of viewers wouldn't be able to see the content that I put out each week if it wasn't for them, because I quite simply, in a lot of cases, wouldn't be able to afford to do it. I've always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with the sort of standard OEM mirrors that come with your average bike, affectionately referred to as Mickey Mouse ears. Granted, they do the job, in most cases they're pretty good quality, but especially on a bike like the Continental GT, they just don't look right with clip-on handlebars. Now, I know that some people do like them and found them inoffensive. That's fine, and if that's the case, there's really no need to write a 3-page essay in the comments explaining to me why. I do declare right now that I accept your choice as being valid. This video is for people like me that don't like them and want to go down the true cafe racer route of bar end mirrors. In fact, to be honest, bar end mirrors are my first choice for most bikes because they give a superior rear view compared to stock mirrors. This is a pretty simple and straightforward job, to be honest. Anybody can do it. But I did notice that there is a slight difference to the way the bar end finishers are fastened onto the handlebars compared to those of the Interceptor. There is a reason for that difference, which I will go into in a few minutes, but removal and replacement of the bar end finishers does require a slightly different technique to those on the Interceptor. And I would point out that I think it would be impossible to fit these Royal Enfield accessory mirrors without removing those bar end finishers first. It might be possible by removing the inserts on the inside of the mirrors before fitting, but I'll leave that for you to sort of work out if you want to give it a try. The standard bar ends that come with the bike are just a very simple polished aluminium part. Don't get me wrong, it's not essential to replace these. I think they actually look pretty nice, but the accessory versions, in my view, are just a little bit nicer. These come in a clear anodised finish, although they are also available in black if that's what you prefer. I wanted a contrast to the black stalks on the bar end mirrors so I went for the clear anodised version. It's a personal choice, entirely up to you. Now, I'm guessing that these are laser etched with the Royal Enfield name and the since 1901 legend that Royal Enfield are now fond of using. The kit comes with a set of stainless steel bolts or screws, and in contrast to the OEM version that comes with the bike, they are countersunk. It's a very slightly differently designed bar end. They're not exactly the same. And the reason for the different bar end fixing is that it needs to be adjustable, so you can move the bar end finisher around to the correct orientation, something again that Royal Enfield do seem to be quite fond of, probably to cut down the incidence of OCD customers complaining because they can't get the rating the right way up. Now, they have a female sort of semi-circular cutout in the back of them when the CNC machine, which is designed to engage onto a similarly shaped male counterpart on the bar end plug. So if the bar end plug is welded or bonded in place as it is on the Interceptor, obviously you're not going to be able to adjust this so that your lettering is the right way up. So Royal Enfield have come up with a sort of a sprung insert that can be adjusted before you tighten the bar end trim up fully. This can, however, cause a very slight issue with removal of your original bar end finisher, because the whole assembly just wants to turn inside the handlebar. You have to actually be able to grip the bar end finisher very tightly to unscrew the existing Allen bolt enough so that you can disengage that male and female part inside and actually take it off. If you don't do this, the whole assembly will just continue to spin and the Allen bolt will not unscrew. Now, I got the left hand side one off without too much trouble, but the right hand side one had been tightened really hard, so I had to resort to gripping the finisher with some pliers so that I could actually unscrew the Allen bolt. Now, I didn't actually film this part because my weapon of choice for a job like this would have been my mould grips and a piece of cloth. Some months ago I'd had to use my mould grips for a job in the house, and then before I had time to take my tools back into the garage, my partner had put them all somewhere safe, which, you know, is relationship language for you're never going to see those again. Now, before you can go ahead and fit your bar end mirrors, there is a plastic trim piece over the end of the handlebars that needs to be removed and put away because you're not going to reuse it. Right, let's take a look at these Royal Enfield accessory bar end mirrors. Now, I don't know whether it's par for the course, but mine never came with any fitting instructions. The box did appear to be factory sealed, so I'm presuming that they're done, or someone at the factory just forgot to put them in. Now, it may not be obvious at first glance, but there is actually a left hand and a right hand mirror. The actual mirrors themselves are identical. The only way to tell which is the orientation of the Royal Enfield name and the disclaimer on the mirror glass bearing the immortal Meatloaf song title, "Objects in the rearview mirror may appear closer than they are." Now, the price of these mirrors did surprise me a little bit. Royal Enfield accessories are really good quality, but usually they're pretty cheap. These are not cheap, but they are extremely good quality. The mirror arms seem to be CNC machined from billet to my eyes, although I might be wrong, with the mirror back itself actually being a composite of some sort of ABS plastic and what looks like an alloy casting. They do look very similar to some Triumph accessory mirrors that I've seen in the past, like the ones I have on my Bobber Black, but I'm going to stick my neck out here and say that although they may not have the same sort of premium design choices as the Triumph ones, close inspection to me reveals they are actually better quality. actual fitting of these mirrors is easy. It's a piece of cake. Once you've removed the bar end trim and that piece of plastic trim, it should just slide straight on. If it doesn't, it might just require you to loosen the Allen bolt off a little bit on the mirror stem. Once you've positioned it correctly, it's then just a matter of tightening the Allen bolt back up, and that's it, your mirror's fitted. Obviously, it is going to require some fine tuning for your actual riding position, and although I always make some rough adjustments before I ride the bike, I usually find it's better to take an Allen key with me so that I can ride it, test out the performance of the mirrors, and then make some adjustments if required while I'm out. Unlike the Halcyon mirrors, these mirrors are not designed to fold in, so I always find it better with these type of mirrors to fit them with the mirror dish inboard, as you see here. If you find that doesn't suit you, you can fit them outboard, but it will mean swapping the mirrors to the other side of the handlebars. Otherwise, your Royal Enfield logo is obviously going to be upside down. The only other thing that you need to be aware of is on your twist grip on your throttle side. You need to leave enough clearance so that your twist grip throttle will operate correctly. If you butt the mirror up to it too closely, it could snag and it could jam the throttle open, so check for that before final tightening. And the last job, of course, is to refit your bar end finishers or fit your accessory bar end finishers, and the job's complete. Hold your bar end finisher tightly with your fingers while you insert the screw, and as you tighten it up, this will pull that fitting inside the handlebar onto the bar end finisher, fastening them tightly together. Once you're satisfied that it is tight enough, it's then just a matter of adjusting the position of the bar end finisher by continuing to turn the Allen screw until the lettering is the correct way up. These don't fasten down as securely as the ones on the Interceptor because obviously you've got that floating fitting inside. So there is always that possibility of movement if you try to disturb it, but it will be securely fastened in place. Don't worry, it won't fall off. So that's pretty much all there is to it. I do like these mirrors. I think they look really nice. They do have a very modern custom look to them, which I think actually suits the Continental GT. But they are very high quality, they're very robust, and they do give a very good rearward view. Now you can buy these either from MotoGP or from Hitchcock's Motorcycles if you're in the UK, or of course you can obtain them from your local Royal Enfield dealership. I'll leave a couple of links in the video description down below for Hitchcock's and MotoGP. I think the price is pretty much the same. One thing I did forget to order was the mirror delete plugs from Hitchcock's. That's something I'll have to sort out another time. Now, I do predict that there probably are going to be some comments appearing in the comments section below telling me that there are some very similar items from China for, I don't know, £2.50 a pair or whatever. It's entirely up to you if you want to go down that route. Personally, I would much rather I spend my money or my patrons' money on the UK economy and the Indian economy because they both need help at the moment, and according to the Chinese government their economy is just fine. The choice is absolutely yours. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video and my other videos, and in doing so helping to support this channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please leave a like, and if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell and ensure that your notifications are enabled. That way you'll be informed whenever I upload a new video. Now, with this consignment from Royal Enfield, I also received a rear rack for the Classic 500, so keep an eye open for that because I will be fitting that in the very near future. I am, of course, going to be back next week, so until then, please ride safely and I'll see you soon.